Hello everyone, I'm Chester44 and welcome to this Let's Play of Avernum. I've been waiting to do this game for a while, almost since I started. And, yeah, Avernum is... Actually, there's a bit of a story behind Avernum, if you don't mind this being a bit of a long intro. Long ago, Spiderweb Software made a video game called Exile. People enjoyed it, and it came out with 2 sequels, Exile 2 and Exile 3. However, as time went on, there started to become compatibility issues, mainly with Mac OSs, as new OSs came out. So, the guy in charge of Spiderweb Software decided, you know what? Let's remake Exile. Make it so that it will be compatible with more modern OSs. Thus, Avernum. He proceeded to make Avernum, and remade the 2 sequels as well, into Avernum 2 and Avernum 3, and then expanded it even further, creating Avernums 4, 5, and 6. Then time marched on, and there were some compatibility issues once again, and Spiderweb Software proceeded to remake Avernum once again, making Avernum 1 Escape from the Pit, and Avernum 2 Crystal Souls will likely be out towards the end of this year, with Avernum 3 coming out about 2 years after that, most likely. This is gonna be the original Avernum. Not Exile, mind you, but the original Avernum, because, if I'm gonna play through the entire series, I'm gonna play through the entire series as it was. If I played Escape from the Pit and then did the original Avernum 2, that would be a big change. Plus, you never know what differences there could be. So, we're gonna do the original Avernum. And this was also why I played Nethergate before. Aside from the fact Nethergate is a decent game and I've never played it before, there's also the fact that it uses the same engine as Avernum here. So, now that I know exactly how I'm going to film it, let's get on with it. And of course, you start with the similar kind of thing of making 4 party members. Although you do actually get the option of choosing classes. Let's see, there's Soldier. I'll read these kinds of descriptions. Soldiers received excellent military training on the surface, the best the Empire had to offer. They're very good with all sorts of weapons. Your basic fighter, more or less. Berserkers are wild swordsmen from the remote areas of the Empire. Their wildness tends to get them dumped into Avernum. They're extremely hardy, and their sword skill is unmatched. Yeah, fair enough. Cleric. A cleric is a priest in one of the faiths disapproved of by the Empire. They have excellent healing and protective skills, although they often end up having to use them in Avernum. Sorcerers are practitioners of the wizardly arts. Their spells are powerful both on offense and defense. Alas, because of their dangerous research and eccentricities, they tend to get sent down to Avernum. Rogues are nimble, good with swords, and able to handle locks and traps. They also tend to walk off with things they don't own. Unsurprisingly, the Empire loves to send them to Avernum. Archers were either hunters or trained members of the Empire Army, highly skilled with missile weapons. In the Empire Army, a dishonorable discharge tends to mean exile to Avernum. Some people dare to rebel against the Empire. They have to be good at everything if they want to survive, though they don't have the freedom to excel with one thing. A rebel tends to have some skill with weapons, traps, and lore. Hedge wizards live in the remote villages of the Empire, where they help the locals with their magical skills. This sort of character is good at magery, has a little bit of training in priest spells, and has had a bit of practice making potions. And shamans are the priests of the back hills. A shaman isn't quite as good at spells as a cleric, but makes up for it with weaponry and knowledge of herbs. Shamans are hardy folk, but their wildness tends to make them run afoul of the Empire. And if you're wondering what the Empire and what sent to Avernum means, well, we'll explain that in a bit. And basically it's fighter, barbarian, cleric, wizard, rogue, ranger, bard, and I don't know how I can sum up those 2. And as you can see, the basic setup is usually a soldier, a rebel, a cleric, and a sorcerer, which, honestly, I like. It's a bit of everything. You got your frontline fighter, you got your rebel, who is fairly decent at fighting, but can also take care of all those locks that need to be picked. The cleric, who is the guy who heals, and the sorcerer, the guy who, throws around all those magic spells, pow, pow, blam, flame, all that kind of stuff. I'd like to mix it up, but honestly, I like this setup a lot. I think I'll stick with it for now. Yeah, I'll stick with it. Okay. Edit statistics. Ah, yes, the various statistics, which are pretty much more or less the same. Strength, dexterity, intelligence, endurance, the various weaponry skills, without the Roman training, of course, magical skills, and various other useful skills. Plus, of course, you can give them various traits. Let's see. Bonus to your reputation, natural aptitude with traps and delicate tools, Beastmaster. That would be an interesting one to have for someone. Strong will, which, yeah, resistance to mental effects, good education, toughness, fast on feet, natural mage. Natural mage is going to be very useful for our mages. All your spells receive bonuses, and you can cast mage spells even while wearing encumbering armor. Fortunately, I think priest spells you don't have to deal with encumbering armor bothering you. Elite warrior for, yeah, big boost there. You have several special abilities, which you can cast once a day, and of course the penalties. So yeah. Okay, long intro already. I don't even know how long this has been by now, but yeah. I'm going to take a few moments to try and figure out how I'm going to set up each character. I'll do just that. Okay. And I'm going to cut it out, by the way. Alright, all the characters have been made, and I've pretty much set them up. I gave 1 point here or there where they were needed, and I gave Raquel Elite Warrior. Marcus, he's got nimble fingers. Cassiel, she's got Beastmaster. And Jacob, Jacob, I made him a natural mage. Won't be encumbered. As for why I gave these four names to them, well, I decided to name them after characters from a book series that I happen to enjoy very much. They're not the exact same names, they're slightly varied, but I figured it would work. Jacob, the leader, as the mage, I thought it might sound a bit fitting. Marcus, the tricky one, likes to make jokes all the time. He seems fitting for a rebel. Raquel is the one who always charges into the front lines, beating the crap out of everyone. It makes sense for her to be a soldier, though I suppose a berserker would probably be better for her. And Cassiel, the cleric, the one who holds the group together, keeps everyone alive. A bit of a pacifist at times, but she'll fight if need be. Plus, she's got a good reputation with the animals. So, that said, I think it's finally time to begin our travels into Avernum. You are never going to see sunlight again. You will never breathe fresh air, or be warmed, or feel safe. That is your punishment. For your crimes, you are to be thrown into a magical portal and banished to Avernum, never to return. What was your crime? Not what you might think. Not murder, or arson, or crimes against other people. No, your crime was against the Empire, ruled by the cruel Emperor Hawthorne. You spoke out against an unjust law, or you angered some politician, or you may have just been a misfit. Not being able to fit in is a crime in the Empire. Thus you are being sent to Avernum. It is not a different land. After all, the Empire controls the entire surface of the world. All 4 continents have completely submitted to its rule. No, Avernum is a series of caverns, far below the surface of the world. It is a dark subterranean prison, a place where exiles like yourselves spent the rest of their lives, far from the light. What is it like there? Nobody on the surface knows. All they know is that it is dark and unpleasant, and that it is a place to be regarded only with fear. Some people believe that there is no air, warmth, or food, and death comes with merciful speed. Others believe that there is enough food to enable Avernites to endure a miserable, worm-like existence, until of course the monsters get you. And a few believe that Avernum is a paradise, a subterranean land of pleasure and relief, and of freedom from the Empire's iron rule. People mad enough to believe Avernum is a paradise soon end up there themselves. They don't really know what it is like. Nobody on the surface does. But soon, you will. There is no appeal to the judge's decision. Early one morning, in a low stone building far from any city, you are taken to the teleporter. You breathe clean, fresh air one last time. Then they throw you in. Instant help. Welcome to Avernum. Yeah, go away. And here we are in Avernum. Alright, Raquel, that's what that, body looks like. Well, at least all you guys who like seeing that kind of thing will likely see it, even though you're probably going to be upset about the, little body armor there. Shut up. Marcus looks like that, Cassiel like that, and Jacob like that. Okay, it's fair enough, I think. And everyone's wearing pants except Jacob. Why? Jacob, why aren't you wearing pants? I don't know. As for food, well, let's divide it up. Cassiel can hold on to all the food. And Raquel can hold up to our light sources. There we are. Alright, what kinds of things do we have? Yeah, mage spells. Well, he knows light, call beast, and haste. Priest spells, she knows healing, curing, battle rage, and shielding. Both of which only work on one person, unfortunately. Oop, I moved. And special abilities. Let's see. Alright, she can summon a beast at any time. Ooh. Raquel can actually go berserk. She's probably going to use that a lot. Make a potion. Delete a character. Change character. Ooh, we can actually change the graphic and name. Interesting. Enter battle. Info. And I don't think we actually have a quest tracker. Which is going to make this a bit tricky and annoying. Still stunned from your trip through the portal, you stumble down the rocky hill. As your vision clears, you look around at the world of Avernum for the first time. You are inside what looks like some sort of fort. It is made of huge blocks of stone, roughly mortared together. Wood must be rare down here. Only the doors are made of it. There are a few trees nearby, strange things, more fungus than wood. It's not as cold as you thought it would be. In fact, it's very warm and moist, and the smell of sulfur hangs heavily in the air. There must be volcanic vents down here. Even though you're far, far underground, you can still see fairly well. The stone roof far above you is covered with a thin layer of glowing fungus, which bathes everything in a sickly greenish light. Thanks to this light, you can get a clear idea of your surroundings. In particular, you can see the small pale man waiting at the base of the hill. He seems to be here to greet you. You return to the arrival portal. It is a tall, glowing pillar of energy, almost 20 feet high. The air around it is blisteringly hot. The greatest magicians on the surface worked in concert to create it. Many of them later ended up down here once Emperor Hawthorne started to fear their power. Perhaps if you stepped back inside, you would end up back on the surface. Who knows? Maybe nobody has ever tried it. Yeah, I doubt that would work. You turn away from the portal. Trying to use it would be madness. It has only one purpose, to trap souls like you down here. There must be a route back to the surface, somewhere. Perhaps you will be the ones to find it. Oh, I can't right-click? Oh boy. Welcome to Avernum. See tour for supplies before you leave Fort Avernum. You meet a small man. He smiles at you nervously. His skin is incredibly pale in the strange light of the fungus. Why are you standing here? I wait for new arrivals, such as yourselves, and welcome them. He bows. Welcome to Avernum. So we're in Avernum. What's Avernum? Avernum is what we call this place. In days of old, Avernum was the name of the underworld, where lost souls were sent to be punished. Sort of makes sense. He smiles sadly. Why are you welcoming us? It's my job. I'm here to ease the considerable shock of being cast into the underworld, of course. So, welcome to the underworld. Also, I'm here to say where you can get information about Avernum and supplies. Information is always useful. Where should I go? Thurl is the town sage. He lives and works in the building just a little bit to the southwest. He's a bit glum, but he does his job well. He will answer your questions as best he can. Of course, you should get supplies first. Supplies? Someone will give us things? To prevent certain problems, new arrivals are sent to Tor to get modest supplies to support themselves until they find work. He's in the building to the south. We find doing otherwise results in desperate, dangerous, and violent new citizens. This way, you'll have a fair chance. What you do with it when you leave here is your business. Which reminds me, be sure to see Thurl for information. Andrew nods to you and waits to see if you have any more questions. Can I go back into the portal? I wouldn't recommend it. It's not a wise idea. Someone tried an experiment once. It was messy. Ask Anastasia about it. She was there. Okay. Avernum. What does that mean? In ancient times, Avernum was one of the names for the underworld. It was a place where souls were sent when their lives were over. Appropriate, yes. Yeah, I suppose. Oh, we actually need to stand next to it to see. By the proclamation of King Micah, there is no anarchy here. Those who harm others will be banished to the abyss or slain. Oh, interesting. So it seems like Avernum actually has some sort of government, or some governing body, or something like that. Can't talk to him. Oh, jeez. Alright, now I remember. I did play this game once before, but I never played very far. And one thing I remember, it's very finicky with the buttons. One click can send you 2 spaces on occasion, which is a bit of a bother, as you can see. Tour supplies. Newcomers get their starting equipment here. Yeah, just stop that! Stop that! There we go. This is going to be annoying. Something tells me I'm going to be a bit annoyed by this game, but this is what I do. I'm going to play through them all. It's an old game. I'll do what I can. Oh, though I do admit, that is going to be handy. Yes, I have just opened a door. And some walls of secret doors. I can click to find out. Okay. There is a tall man sitting behind the counter, wearing bronze armor. Behind him is a large rack of crude stone weapons. And who might you be? Well, sometimes I maintain the weapons of the guard, sometimes I guard travelers going to Silvar, but mostly I give supplies to newcomers. That's not exactly an answer, but okay. Do the weapons need lots of maintenance? He looks back at them with disdain. Pretty crude work, huh? Metal is rare down here, tools to work it rarer still. And enchanted items? Good luck finding them. What is Silvar? Silvar is the town to the west. You should ask Farrell about it. His office is at the next building to the south. You can give me supplies? Tor nods, makes some notes on a scroll made of crude parchment, and hands you several pouches. This is a starting allowance if all new arrivals are given to help them get established. We want you to become productive citizens of Avernum as soon as possible. Good luck to you. Is there any other way I can help you? Okay. Well, that's all we got. Ooh, Raquel got a healing potion and a bronze longsword. See, stone short sword, stone short sword. There we go. Stone dagger, which will be sold. Okay. Back to the auto map. Looking around and such, because that's how I do things. No. Oh, right clicking. Oh, right clicking will only move in one location. That's going to be helpful. Office of Farrell. New arrivals may receive guidance and reassurance here. Alright then. You see a slender, worried-looking man wearing impeccably pressed wizard's robes. He stands behind a book-laden desk. And what are you here for? He grimaces. I'm here to help you. Help us? Well, every day or so, our benevolent overlords above hurl a few more souls into the hellish cesspit. Then they come to me, and I tell them just how bad things are here. Normally I'd be cheery, but today I'm just not in the mood. Anyway, I'm here to give information. You give information? Yes, for example, on our lovely neighbors, the Nephilim and the Slithzerakai, or on nearby towns, or on your chances for escape, or on how you get supplies, or on the local politics. The Nephilim you've heard of. There are many of them on the surface. But you've never heard of a Slithzerakai. What are the Slithzerakai? Lizardmen. Only live below ground. Intelligent, powerful fighters, very magically talented. We've been at war with them for years, and lately things have been in a stalemate. They live to the west. What towns are nearby? Dovno is to the north. It's a farming community, ravaged by Nephilim raids. You'd have better luck at Silvar to the west. It's the largest settlement nearby. Help Dovno if you can. If it falls, this fort is the next to go. Who runs things down here? Each town has a mayor. The mayors form a council. The council co-rules with King Micah, lord of our homey little pit. Michael lives in the Great Cave. To get there, go a ways south and a ways west. By the way, the council meets in the castle. It's a place you should know about. What is the castle? It's our pride and joy. We built a real castle of rocks, crude magic, and spit. King Michael lives there, orchestrating our desperate defenses. You should see it. It's reasonably impressive. It's in the Great Cave to the southwest. We'll definitely have to visit. Where can I get supplies? Go see Tor. He'll give you some basic equipment so you aren't totally doomed. What are our chances of escaping from Avernum? No chance. None whatsoever. We all stay down here until monsters hunt us down like dogs. Let's see. I think that's L? Yeah, L for look. Okay, makes sense. Ah! Pick lock? We can't. Nobody has a lockpick. Okay, fine. And we're not gonna bash it down. Can't pick that door. Alright. Surface goods storage. Unauthorized Avernites keep out. Can't go in there. Can't go in there. Okay. That looks like it's a way out. Let's see. Candle, pen and ink. Oh, we have to take them if we want to look at them. That's a bit annoying. Nothing, 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 nothing. Yeah, these controls are not very good, I have to admit. I may like the Avernum games, but these controls, ugh. It could be so much better. Stop that, I don't want to move there. Oh. Oh, is this an inn? Looks like it could be an inn. Oh, hello. You meet a middle-aged woman who seems to be in a big hurry. Like everyone else you've met, she is extremely pale. She is holding a crude clipboard. Greetings. What's the clipboard for? I'm in charge of supplies for the fort. The soldiers, they do their own cooking, but I'm the one they go to for the food. And weapons. And clothes. It's tedious work, but it keeps me busy as long as Therill is stationed out here. Who is Therill? My husband, the sage. He helps the new arrivals get acclimated. Being out here depresses him terribly, being at the border and all. He's worried? Yes, about the Nephilim. He's convinced they'll storm the fort any day now. Who knows, he may be right. What are the Nephilim? The doom of all of us. If the Sliths don't get us first, anyway. Lots of them have been sent down here, along with the humans. Many migrate to lower caverns, but many more stay here, determined to take our land. A large tribe of them lives to the north. They don't arrive at Fort Avernum, by the way. They teleport in somewhere else. There are soldiers down here? Yes, good lads and lasses, every one. Well, most everyone, anyway. Just between you and me, the best get sent to the front. The front? To the north, where all the Nephilim are. Okay, we already know about that. And we're not going to be able to take anything from there, I can tell. Okay. Take a look over here, and... God dang it. Ah! Captain, sure. You see a powerfully built woman wearing chainmail with a strange insignia on it. Her reddish cheeks contrast strongly with the paleness of the rest of her skin. Are you a soldier here? Yes, I'm the guard captain for the barracks here at Fort Avernum. We've got a bunch of good men here, and when the Nephilim come for us, we'll give them a good run. We work best on defense. Why are the Nephilim attacking you? They were thrown down here by the Empire, just like us, and they've always hated humans. We haven't attacked anybody, we just want some caves to call our own. Not good enough for our foes. They won't rest until every human is on their dinner plates. You're defending this fort? Yeah, it's a tough job, but important. If the Nephilim take Fort Avernum, newly arriving humans fall into their hands. And then... I have little hope for peace, I'm afraid. What is that design on your armor? You point out the insignia. It's a crude drawing of the portal you came through. This? It's our symbol, the seal of Avernum. It reminds us of where we came from and where we hope to return to. Andrew told me that someone tried to use the portal to return to the surface. Yes, I was there. Someone tried to use one of those strange blue crystals to alter the portal. It was a mad idea and it didn't work. We made the fool leave before he got us all killed. What was the fool's name? Oh, I can't remember. He said he was heading up to Formello, though. They're welcome to him. People who trifle with unknown magics are dangerous to everyone around them. What strange blue crystals? When the first people arrived in Avernum, they found a few of these bizarre crystals. When you looked into them, they talked to you. Most of them are lost, but there are still a few around if you look hard. Some of them even teach interesting things. Or so I've heard. Okay, then. You meet a young woman with long black hair. She is sitting at a table eating a bowl of thin lizard soup. Her skin has not yet attained the paleness of one who has spent a lot of time in Avernum. You seem like a recent arrival. Why were you sent down here? She looks down at the table. I have already learned that it is a rude question to ask. People are sent to Avernum because their secrets are revealed. Once here, they want them to become secrets again. I apologize. Have you arrived recently at Fort Avernum? No, I have been here for weeks, asking people if they have heard of the one who was sent down before me. Her name was Anastasia. She was sent a few years ago, and I don't want to leave until I know where she is. We haven't met anyone named Anastasia, but we'll remember that you're looking for her. Thank you, I would appreciate that. Despondent, she turns back to her soup. Well, okay, we got our first quest then. Anastasia. We'll keep our eyes open. And have to try to remember. Fort Vernon Barracks. Couple guards in here, not much else. Can get a shirt or tunic. Oh good, pants. Jacob, you need pants. And Cassiel, you could use a cloak. There we go, that'll do. Oh, this is interesting. Let's see. A Vernon Memorial to the 94,000 souls who have been imprisoned here. The number has been sanded out and recarved many times. You see a shy, frail woman picking mushrooms. Who are you? I'm Diane, Tor's wife. I cook, mainly. You're the cook? Well, a couple times a week I cook meals for everyone here. I'm actually a very good musician, and I sing, but there's not much call for that around the fort. Oh well, we won't be here forever. Could you sing something for us? She sings a song for you which you've never heard before. It is long and sad, about life in caves and missing the sun above. She has a beautiful voice. We met Tor. He gave us some money. Ah yes, your arrival allotment. We all got it when we came down here. Otherwise everyone who arrived in Avernum would be poor and desperate. Then they'd rob people and end up in the abyss. What is the abyss? It's far to the west of here. It's where we send the criminals. Not everyone the Empire sends down is kind. Or sane. Those who can't live with us in peace are sent to the abyss to live apart from us. That seems reasonable. Indeed. When the Empire sends murderers down to live with us, we have little other choice. We can comment how it does make it sound like that makes them the Empire. You find some empty quarters. You can leave one of your characters here for a while if you want to travel with a smaller party. There are several character storage places in Avernum. You can pick up your stored character at any one of them later. Oh good, so ever we have a character we need to leave behind? Yeah. More Fort Avernum Barracks. Stop that! Try to disarm the trap. Ow! That hurt. Oh, crap. That sucked. And we can't resurrect him. Okay, you know what? I'm going to just take a look at what else is around here, and, yeah, there's not much around here, so yeah, it's another character look storage place. Visitors' chambers. There are several comfortable, unused beds in this room. You could probably get a few hours of uninterrupted rest here if you wanted. Yeah, but one of our people is already dead. I know normally I said I wouldn't, but I'm gonna have to start over here. And yeah, I'll be back in a bit. Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, maybe... Oh, I can't remake the character. Son of a bitch. Okay, fine. I'm gonna have to restart. And I may as well cut it here. So, yeah. This was a long episode. And, yeah. I'll see you in the next episode when I have him back again. Till then, I am Chester44. That is Raquel, Wilby, Marcus, Cassiel, and Jacob. This has been an Avernum Let's Play, and I shall see you all next time.